Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Pana Gringo. That's right, the podcast for living in Panama. My name is Austin Hess, your host, CEO, and lead relocation specialist with Do Panama Real Estate and Relocation. And I have two great guests with me today. You know, a lot of our customers and our clients are always asking about insurance in Panama. And what do I do about insurance and medical emergencies and all of that good stuff? So, of course, I brought on Nicole Mitsurachi. She is an incredible agent here in Panama, has worked with a lot of our clients and also my family. So, Nicole, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, how are you, Austin? Thank you for having me here.
I'm doing very well, and I'm so glad to have you here. Like I said, a lot of our clients are always asking questions about insurance and just anything to do with the medical field. You know, this is an important issue, especially for the retirees or people moving here with a family. But before we talk about that, because you are Panamania.
I am born here, raised here, everything here.
And so you know the country, you know lifestyle here. You probably traveled a lot. So, you know, a lot of Panamanians that I talk to say, you know, we don't really truly understand what we have here in Panama until we travel and go elsewhere. So let's talk a little bit about lifestyle. What do you love most about living in Panama and being from Panama?
Well, Panama, it's easy. It's an easy place to live. You have the city, you have the beaches everywhere. You have vacation places here in Panama, 2 hours from here, 3 hours from here, 6 hours is the most. And they're beautiful places, and it's an easy living. I think it's cheap comparing to other places where I have been. Mostly the food. You have a lot of options for restaurants, good restaurants. You must have been.
I mean, in Panama, like I've been traveling the world a lot lately, and
there's good food.
Nothing compares to Panama gastronomics. Like, because we have the Italians that will come from Italy and will ship in those products to create authentic Italian food here in Panama. And the French and the Germans and people from the US and Venezuela and Colombia and Argentina. So you have a huge melting pot of culture here, especially in the city, but also in Boquete and Bocas del Toro and Vanao.
Great.
You know, and all of these places have such an incredible gastronomic scene. That's, I think, probably one of my favorite parts about living in Panama, besides for the weather, the cool people, and all the other great things.
Yeah.
But our restaurants, and like you said, we just have basically endless vacations, or what I like to call staycations, you know, a little weekend holiday or midweek. I need to jump out
Inside
of the
your
city.
Own country, yes, you have a different.
You get in the car and, like you said, an hour, maybe 3 hours. It's so
everything
easy.
Everything is closed. In the United States, every appointment you have to get from your home an hour before to get there. Here, it's easier. It's like everything is closed. Except for the traffic sometimes, but it's closed.
Yeah. You know, it's not, you know, when people say the traffic in Panama, I say, well, have you been to LA or Portland or Seattle or New York?
Everyone,
you know, like
has traffic.
Everybody has traffic. And again, when you got beautiful warm weather, it makes it a lot more
warm
feasible.
weather, yeah.
So again, a lot of our customers, our clients with Do Panama Real Estate and Relocation, you know, they ask not only myself, but our brokers, which I brought one of my brokers on today, too, to talk about the market, which we're going to do later on in the show. But let's talk about insurance. Let's talk about the steps of getting insurance, pre-existing conditions, you know, all of these things that probably people ask you on the normal.
Normally, when someone from outside comes here to Panama to live, they call me first, before coming here. Sometimes they get a shock to see how it works here, because it's different. People from the United States come here and they think, like Medicare, that they have to accept every conditions you have. Like, I am here, I have a stroke, I have heart conditions, I have this and that, and okay, I want insurance. It's not that easy. Companies here in Panama have to choose their battles. So if you're a client that has conditions, pre-existing conditions like a stroke or heart conditions, they can take you, but excluding that part. So only big things I'm talking. You can be you can have hypertension, let's say, and they will cover you with everything. But big conditions like strokes and heart attacks, they will exclude it. Let's say you come here and you told me you had one 10 years ago, they will insure you for every other thing, like maybe cancer, maybe prostate issues, maybe whatever you have, except anything related from the heart if you had surgery issues before.
Now, do they look at each individual case by case, or is it
Yes,
just
of
general?
course. No. Each individual's case by case. You can fight, of course. When they come with something, you can fight, but usually they don't take something that it's gonna cost you a lot in the future because they know you have a problem. They know you need a surgery, or they know you had a stroke and you're probably gonna have another one because these or that. So they won't take you. It's not like Medicare that they have to take you because of Obama.
So, moral of the story is get down here younger, get some insurance
No,
going.
no, no. Normally the age you can get insurance is before 75. So
Okay.
after 75, it's difficult. There's only one company that does it, and it's expensive. But before 75, you're okay. Just no major issues.
Pre-existing conditions. And I guess, I mean, I don't know how Medicare works. When I left the United States 14 years ago almost, yes, happy Paniversary to me, going on my 14th year here in a
Wow.
couple weeks. And, I'd never used Medicare, obviously, and, didn't use insurance too often. But I think pre-existing conditions work quite similar in the U.S., Canada, and other countries.
Well, with Medicare, I think it's called Medicare, the one that Obamacare or whatever, they eliminated the pre-existing conditions. So the companies have to take you even if you have a pre-existing condition.
Well,
That's
that
what
probably
I-
makes
that's
the
what
prices go
someone
up a
told
lot
me,
higher
so-
too. So
Yeah, they're high.
we'll see the prices here in Panama. They're probably a lot more reasonable than they are in the U.S. And I have even stated that to clients. I'll be doing one of my complimentary 30-minute Zoom calls, which I do all the time. And, clients will ask about the cost of insurance. And, compared to what it is in the U.S., it's huge difference.
It's huge difference, yes. But and they work differently. They have deductible here. Probably they don't have deductible there. They work with certain hospitals here. There, it's like HMO. There's like a term they use for different kind of hospitals. Here, you can use whatever hospital you like. So it's different in all kinds of things. It's different.
Well, and I find it interesting too, like things like in the U.S. we'll have insurance that will go for our dentistry as well. Dentistry, medical, eye doctors. Here in Panama, you go see a dentist to get your teeth cleaned, it's $40, $45. That's not the copay, that's the cost to the dentist.
That's
There's
the
no
cost,
insurance.
yeah. But health insurance here in Panama does not cover dental.
Any dental work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it's quite a bit more affordable. We're seeing also, now that we're talking about medicals, we're seeing a lot of medical tourism coming down. Obviously, there's a lot of stem cell going on in Panama, but you're seeing people like hip replacements or shoulder replacements, knee replacements, things that...
There's good doctors here.
Oh my gosh,
You don't
very
have
good
to go
doctors.
to the United States to get a
Well, no, they're
surgery.
coming from the United States here or from other Caribbean countries where, again, our medical care is such of high quality here. A lot of the doctors that...
You have good hospitals.
Great
John
hospitals,
Hopkins,
yeah. John Hopkins, Panama Clinic, Hospital Nacional.
Hospiten.
Yeah, there's just, and so you're seeing, again, more people coming to Panama for different procedures that maybe cost $80,000 to $100,000 in the States that you can get down in Panama for $18,000, $20,000. Make a vacation out of it, go sit on a beach, relax.
And you keep the rest of the money for you.
There you go, right? So speaking of that, if someone were to get insured, they come and move to Panama, they're insured, what happens when they do need to have a procedure? What are the steps do they need to take when making a claim or, preparing, if they have 2 weeks to get a certain surgery? Do they contact you as the insurance provider? Does the doctor do it? Let's walk through the steps just so people are familiar
Normally,
with
there
that.
are two kinds of surgeries. Accidental, like emergency surgeries, you have to go into the surgery room right now. Those kind of surgeries, let's say you fell off the stairs and you have to get knee replacement. You go to the hospitals. It's an emergency, so they take you in, and right away they talk to the company, and they make the authorization for the surgery, and you can have surgery right away. If you do it ambulatory,
Yep.
and it's outside, maybe you fell from the stairs, but you don't have to get surgery right away. You try making therapy, and it doesn't work, so you get surgery appointed for in 1 month. You have to get a pre-authorization. Same thing. The doctor sends it to the company, and the company approves it in 2-3 days, and you have your surgery.
So very simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Very simple
You can
process.
call me. I'm here for that, for assistance wherever you want. But it's really easy.
Awesome. Well, there you guys have it. So if someone is thinking about moving to Panama, we have a lot of people watching these podcasts that are either living here already or considering moving here. And again, a lot of people put insurance off. It's not like the most exciting thing to go do is get insurance, but we need to have it. So how do people get in contact with you? What's the best way?
So email me or through Austin.
Yeah,
I can give you my number too, but
we'll put your contact details in the text of this video. But of course, yes, you can always reach out to our team at Do Panama, info@dopanama.com, or give us a call, send us a WhatsApp message or a text message to +507 6767 9710. Nicole, oh my gosh, thank you so much for all this great information. I'm going to introduce our second guest today. His name is David Aguirre, and he is one of, if not the top agent for Do Panama. This guy, a lot of our clients already know him, and know how amazing he is and what he has done for them. I keep getting all these messages from clients about how awesome David is and all the extra work and effort he always is putting into people. So welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on. How are you doing?
Thank you, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And big 2026 coming. The horizon's looking great. You have a lot of clients that you're working with. We were just talking about that off camera. So let's talk about the market. Everyone's always asking what's going on in Panama. How can we forecast? We're looking at, a lot of people are looking at these Plan B investments with, legal Airbnb, because it also makes it really easy and feasible to come down for 3 to 6 months a year and then go back home and see grandkids and such during the summer months. Let's talk about the market, and let's talk about how you feel and how you see the market going up right now.
Well, right now, I can say that the market is doing amazing. I think from a client perspective, when you come to Panama for the first time, that first boots on the ground travel that they do, the first aspect that I try to help them with is like some education about the areas first, and obviously to see exactly what they're looking for. But most importantly, I think it's education, because once they have that information for themselves, they can make a more accurate decision on what they're trying to invest in. So I feel that has been the key for our current success with the clients, because they do an informed decision. I think from an Airbnb or a residential property, they have two options. Obviously, if they want to be here for a couple of months per year, that's okay. And then Airbnb is a very good product. I recommend that. But if they want to have that vibe of actually living in a home, I believe that's most of what our clients sometimes are looking, or they tend to have that mix between an Airbnb and a home, right? So it just depends. There are plenty of good projects and good locations. I think it's a matter of understanding if you are a person that likes to live in the city, or if you want to be outside of the city as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and I think also, as you mentioned, a lot of our clients are looking at these legal Airbnbs because it is so feasible for them to come down during the year. But we have also 50% of them that are, no, I want to live there full time, or I don't want anyone in my property. And, they're looking at different areas of the city. What are some of the top areas that we have clients looking right now that you feel people should be looking at?
Well, the one that takes the cake, I would say Costa del Este. Costa del Este, I think it's like the top one, and Santa Maria as well. It has people that like the country club in Santa Maria. It's just amazing. You can still be part of the club if you live outside of the club, but everybody wants to be inside of the club. I would say the second area, and when I say Coronado, I don't want to just narrow that part of that we know as Panamanians as Coronado, but I think Coronado is like a wider place, right? I think it goes from Playa Caracol until Buenaventura. I think that's what people think when they see in the internet Coronado. I think that's Coronado.
Yeah, the
Well,
whole beach towns, right? You got Playa Caracol, which is Punta Chame. You have Gorgona, then Coronado, then San Carlos, Punta Barco. We see a lot of clients looking at Punta Barco. Obviously, everything in between in San Carlos.
even the mountains, they think it's Coronado. Even El Valle, they think it is. So it's, I mean, it's an amazing area. Like we were saying before, here in Panama, you can be in the Caribbean and in the Pacific in less than 90 minutes. And also, you could live on a house on the mountain and go to surf in the morning right away. So it's quite amazing. People get shocked about that fact, and I think it's a very, very important area of the country, not to overshadow that there's a big market right now for the area of Boquete as well. I think it's.
I agree. You know, Boquete is strong, but you have the beach towns, which is Coronado area, and El Valle and Altos del Maria, which are two mountain towns that we see a lot of our clients looking at these days. And obviously, they're a lot closer to the city, so
more convenience.
more convenient. So we are seeing more people, you know, that were maybe possibly looking at Boquete in the past, also considering El Valle or Altos del Maria. And that's a good thing, you know, like this is why we love that our clients answer that 23 question, where should I live relocation survey. You know, it's a free survey on our website, and it just allows people to really think outside the box and maybe take recognition of what they really want in a lifestyle. Because yes, that beautiful palm tree with that white sand beach is gorgeous, but all the other things that you need. Do you have children? Do they need school? Do you want to be closer to private hospitals? You know, like these are all things to take in consideration when considering what part of the country you want to move in. But, you know, Panama's full of great destinations, and there's something for everyone, you know, like no matter what, there's something for everyone.
Yeah, and I believe here in the city, I think there's even ecosystems, definitely. In each part, people like to live in El Cangrejo. Maybe they don't want to live in Costa del Este. They like El Cangrejo more because they like that area with, you know, walkable restaurants everywhere. I think it's just a matter of what vibe you have when you come to Panama. I think that's pretty much. Some people might get bored of Costa del Este because maybe it reminds them too much of the U.S. as well. Maybe they want to be in a Cangrejo, so it's an option. But what I try to do, and I think this is what we do as a company. We are like an ice cream shop. We give you all the flavors, and you choose what you really want with an informed decision. And I think it's the fair way of buying, because if I was a foreigner in another country, I will also like to have that service that we give to our clients.
Of course, and like you mentioned too, kind of you hinted on, is our boots on the ground. You know, we do work with tour operators that even before we jump into the real estate part of things, we want people to really become familiar, especially if we're looking at Panama City, because you know, when you're focused in on Panama City, like you said, there's so many ecosystems, there's so many different neighborhoods, there's so many different offerings. Some people love Avenida Balboa, like myself, and the biggest reason is the Cinta Costera. Like I go out there every single morning to go running or walking, sometimes even in the afternoons, and that is very important for me. And if, you know, that's not important for you, maybe short walks and having cafes or restaurants, the Argentina area, or a lot of people even looking at Casco Viejo, or like you said, Costa del Este, where you have so many conveniences. You know, this is like the Miami of Panama City, and you know, all the power lines are underground. You have sidewalks that are proper. You know, anyone that's in a wheelchair, or you know, you have kids that want to ride bikes. You know, like you actually have really nice sidewalks in that area. So we're seeing a lot of families move there, a lot of retirees even with larger budgets and that want those larger homes. You know, that's the thing about Costa Este, is you have a lot more larger homes and condos, where in the city you can find smaller options as well.
Better quality of air as well, so less of a congested skyline. And yeah, well, and I will say as well that, or I think the key to our success, I maybe could call it a VIP service, but it's mostly focused in actually having fun with the clients. Because if you're looking at real estate, you cannot be like all informational. You need to make it dynamic. You need to tell them jokes. You need to entertain, and for them to understand that here in Panama they have a lifestyle and friendly people that they can rely on, and that we have them covered. Like, if you're a businessman and you're looking into moving into Panama, your own business, we can connect you. Pretty much, we have like our Rolodex from the 80s here, and we have all of the contacts to connect you and for you to be successful in what you want to do here in Panama as well.
Yeah, I agree. And, a lot of people ask that on that initial call, like, what can I do in Panama? I say, it's endless. Bring your paints and your paintbrushes. You got an open canvas, whatever you want to do. Panama is a growing country. There's a lot of possibilities here. And there's a lot of things that people are bringing from their home countries. Again, not just the U.S., but you also have the European countries. Australia, we have people moving here from. All over the world, you have so many people from the Caribbean islands and South America that live here. So it's a really cool melting pot full of nationalities from all around the world, which I think makes this place so special. David, I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Appreciate you, man.
And of course, thank you again, because our clients love you. I love hearing, I get chats all the time. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for connecting me with David. He went above and beyond. This guy is amazing. So if you are looking at Panama City, he's one of our top agents here in the city. Just let us know that you want to meet with David. He's actually going to be coming out with a new podcast, or should I say a vlog show. Every Tuesdays, we're going to be showing resales in the city, and David's going to be presenting those. Then we have Luis Diego over in Boquete. He's going to be doing Thursdays, and then Joaquim over in Coronado, or the beach towns. So we're going to really open things up and show more than just my normal Wednesday show. We're going to have 4 shows per week. So we're really excited about that. We're really excited about 2026. And again, what we love doing most with Do Panama Real Estate and Relocation is assisting you guys out there that are looking at coming to Panama, looking at calling Panama your home, or having a second property or a third property here as an investment, to diversify your portfolio and step into a market that's really, really on the up and up. It's growing every time I turn my around the corner, it's like, oh my gosh, something else is being remodeled, something else is being built. It's just like everywhere things are happening.
It's growing.
It's continuously growing, both on a private sector, and then you have the public sector with, bridges going up and, new things happening, the metro going underneath the Panama Canal. It's just continuously growing for the better of the country, and it's very exciting to be a part of and watching, for sure.
Yeah, I'm really glad and appreciate working with the company. So amazing trip with you guys.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Pana Gringo. Again, the podcast for living in Panama. Remember, if you're interested in looking at Panama, however, you have no idea which area of the country is going to be right for you, go to our website, dopanama.com. Here you're going to find our relocation survey with 23 questions. They're multiple choice. It will take you approximately 3 to 5 minutes to complete that survey. And once you do, my team will get in touch with you with some general information and to set up a complimentary 30-minute Zoom call with myself. And then, of course, if you already know what area of the country you're interested in, look at our real estate network. We have over 140 real estate affiliates throughout the country of Panama. And these affiliates have their listing on our website. Plus, if you can't find exactly your perfect dream home, just reach out to us at info@dopanama.com or via WhatsApp, telephone, or text message at +507 6767-9710. One of our agents, like David, will be in touch with you and take all of your interests down, meet with you, whether it's via Zoom or WhatsApp video call, and then go to all of our affiliates. And this guy he's a shark. He will find everything on the market. He will turn every stone. He is amazing. So all of our agents are great. And we just love working with you guys. So again, thank you to Nicole. I appreciate you coming in today and talking to us about insurance. Remember, guys, if you need insurance, she is amazing. Her company's awesome. Not only do they help our clients, they help myself and my family. And then a huge thank you to our top superstar, David. Until next time, guys, ciao.